Good evening, Tottenham fans. Some really exciting news coming out today that Spurs are trying to sign Dougie Freedman as their new sporting director. Now, if this actually happens, I think it would be a massive statement from Spurs, a massive move, because this guy, if you don't know anything about him, used to be the sporting director at Crystal Palace, and he was the king of signings. He literally, every signing he was making turned out to be a top player, made so much money off these players as well when they eventually got sold, bringing some top managers as well. I'll go through everything, all the signings he did for Crystal Palace, and if we can get this guy in, it would massively improve us. We've been crying out for a football-minded director of football, sporting director. We've been crying out for it. Langer is absolutely useless. I just think if this guy comes in, he shouldn't be doing it shouldn't be a co-sporting director like he did with Paratici and Langer. It should be just Dougie Freedman to let him rip and let him get on with what he's doing, and sack Langer, get him out the door as soon as possible. Now, let me just go through a lot of the things that Dougie Freedman did for Crystal Palace. And firstly, it was built a highly successful recruitment model on limited budget, focusing on young, high-potential talent that transformed Palace into a consistent mid-table Premier League side with rare relegation threats. He signed Eberechi Eze from QPR for around 16 to 20 million. And in hindsight, how good was that signing? Turning him into one of the league's most exciting attackers and key creative force, with his value soaring significantly. Secured Michael Elise from Reading for just 8 million. Look at that, 8 million in 2021, activating his release clause to land a talented winger who became a standout performer and attracted major interest from bigger clubs. And as we know, he ended up going to Bayern Munich for massive money, and he's absolutely smashing it out there in Germany. Bought Mark Gay from Chelsea for 18 million, developing him into an England international and one of the Premier League's top young centre-backs. And now he's obviously at Manchester City, really playing well for them now. Now you've got recruited Adam Wharton from Blackburn for 18 million. He's worth over 100 million now. In early 2024, a bold move on an unproven talent that paid off handsomely as he quickly became a key midfielder. So again, he's showing what he can do with these players. It's unreal. His talent search is absolutely exceptional. He's a king, I'm telling you. He signed Czech Decore from Lens for 18 million in 2022. Immediately became a midfield mainstay and won Palace's Player of the Year in his debut season. Again, great recruitment. Oversaw key defensive additions, so he signed Joachim Andersen as well from Lyon for only 15 to 17 million. Have you noticed every single signing he makes is not a big signing, but they end up being a big signing, helping solidify the back line. Then you've got played a major role in appointing successful managers, including Patrick Vieira, who I thought he did a really good job at Palace when he came in. And then Oliver Glasner obviously won them the Charity Shield and the FA Cup. Contributed to historic club achievements, including the 2025 FA Cup, like I just mentioned, and qualification for the Europa League. With him building the squad, he was a major part of building that squad for them to win the FA Cup and qualify for the Europa League. Secured the loan for integration of Conor Gallagher. No matter what you think of Conor Gallagher at Spurs at the moment, when he signed him on loan from Chelsea, he was absolutely brilliant for Crystal Palace that season. He was absolutely phenomenal, in my opinion. So another great signing from Freedman. Then he signed Dean Henderson, was another top signing he made. Strengthened the goalkeeping department with a high caliber Premier League proven option. Another strong signing. Can you see the pattern here? How many of these signings have been bad? Jean-Philippe Mateta, another guy that's excelled in the Premier League. Reliable goal threat and contributed to attacking depth. Why can't I speak today? Generated significant transfer profits. Now, we looked at this a little bit earlier. He bought Eze, Elise, and Gaye, and all of them are sold for big money. I think Gaye wasn't big money because it's on the last 6 months of his contract, but Eze and Elise have sold for massive amounts of money compared to what they signed him for. And also, you've got players like Adam Morton now, who, if he was sold, they would make a massive profit on him as well. When he left, because he's gone to Saudi now, he's been in Saudi for 1 year, he left a strong, well-structured sporting department and a squad full of exciting young talent, earning praise from Chairman Steve Parish as instrumental over 8 years. One of the most respected sporting directors in the Premier League for smart, value-driven transfers. Now, I saw some tweets from Crystal Palace fans when they heard the news that he was leaving, and they said, selling Elise, Eze, and all these top players wasn't their biggest loss. The biggest loss was selling Dougie Freedman and letting him go. They said that he was the biggest loss. Now, for me, it would be the biggest gain if we could get him through the door. And it's made me wonder as well, is Amanda Staveley going to be taking over the club? Because there was rumours before, when she was rumoured to be trying to buy Spurs 6 months ago, she was saying that she wanted to get Dougie Freedman through the door. She was saying that she would love him as a sporting director. He'd be the perfect guy. So it's already shown that she knows what she's talking about. If she comes and takes over, she gets Dougie Freedman through the door, and Dougie Freedman gets Pochettino through the door. He can sign top talent for Pochettino. Pochettino's brilliant at working with top talent, as we've seen in the past. Staveley would take over Enoch, so they won't be involved. Spurs could be a massive force in the Premier League if they stay in the Premier League. This is my biggest worry. If we can stay up, we could be so good in the future. If these things actually happen, it would be absolutely amazing. I just went through all the signings that Dougie Freedman has made, and he's made a massive amount of top signings. He's the king of transfers, in my opinion. He's a football guy. He's got football knowledge. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to players, when it comes to talent. The biggest key for me is get rid of Langer. Langer needs to go. If you look at Langer's history of buying players, is it anywhere near that caliber of what Dougie Freedman's done? It's nowhere near. So for me, get this guy in. Get him in, and Spurs might even start turning things around. You know, with so much bad things happening around Spurs, I just wanted today to talk about something positive, and getting this guy in would be a massive step in the right direction. It would be a massive step. And not only that, he's not just good at signing players, he's good at signing managers. So he'll know who he'd want to come into Spurs and be the next Spurs manager, and whoever he picks, I would trust it to work. I really would, because his decision making is spot on. He's absolutely exceptional at bringing in the right people to do the right job. Now, if Staveley did take over Spurs and Enoch were no more, and she did sign Dougie Freedman in as well, and she will back him, and he will back the manager, whoever he brings in. And you will see a completely different Spurs. It will completely transform Spurs into an elite side. You know, you've seen Dougie Freedman working with a less amount of money. You could see him working with more of a budget, more of a pool as well. And no disrespect to Crystal Palace, but Tottenham are a big powerhouse around the world. More of a pool to attract these players to come as well. He's already signed people up like Conor Gallagher, who's already at the club. You know, so there'd be the potential would absolutely go through the roof, because Spurs have got everything in place. We have got everything in place to be a top club. We've got the money, we've got the stadium, we've got the training facilities, we've got the academy. We just need to put the pieces together. Now, people like Vinay need to go. People like Langer need to go. We can't have these people in the club just dragging us down with their loser mentality. We need winning mentality people in, and we need them ASAP. Hopefully Spurs can get a victory over, ironically, Crystal Palace this Thursday. If they can, then things may start looking up for this club in the future. And I just want to start dreaming of the future again instead of being worried about this relegation battle that we're in right now. Let's hope Spurs can turn it around this Thursday, because the future could be massively bright for us. Let me know in the comments what you think of Dougie Freedman. Did you know a lot about him before this video, or have you learned a little bit now? This guy would be exceptional for Spurs. And today, for some reason, I've decided when I start recording, I can't talk today for some reason. Let me know in the comments what you think of today's video. Thank you for watching, and come on, you Spurs.